Another classic Game 7 between the Sixers and the Celtics loading. Hauser going to set the screen for White. Grimes is all over him. Late clock. White trying to get past Joel. Good help by Oubre. Oubre tries to draw the charge. They throw it to Keita, and he's fouled for the and one instead. And they're back in the 3-2 zone again. Brown has to be told what they're in. Now they're getting him down on the block, and Embiid gets that push on Brown into the corner. So they enter the ball. Brown backing off. He could take that corner three, too. At least they push Embiid out. Tough step back as the shot clock expires. They ran enough time down. Now can Embiid play some defense? Brown on the attack. Embiid is there. Brown swallowed up by George. Grimes swallows up White. They'll rescreen here. Plenty of time still. Brown fouled again by Paul George. And that's the third time in the game that Jaylen Brown has made a ridiculous jumper try to draw the foul. And now it's a 1-point game. Uh-oh. He's going to get up. After Keita went down and flopped into his knee. I mean, you got to kind of see that and not let someone fall into your knee that way. Here's Grimes pick and roll. Joel on the pick and pop. Can he make this three? Huge shot by Embiid to push it back. He waves the crowd into their seats. But he's got to play some defense now, too. White on the drive. Engages Embiid. Now Embiid gets back to his man. White tried to sneak it in over Maxey after Embiid left. Being a Sixers fan has got to just be so difficult rooting for
permanent
this guy. He can get hurt at every play. Same play, they keep running. Beautiful lob, Embiid. No, it's blocked. Brown coming off at two screens. Embiid in a drop. Finds Keita. Keita stopped by Embiid, lost it, got it back. Still 6 to shoot. Keita going to a fadeaway jumper. Had time there. Rebound by Edgecombe over Pritchard. Maxey has got to be more involved here offensively now. The Sixers are squeezing the air out of the ball a little early. Embiid looking to change sides here. George guarded by Hauser. Back to Joel. Three-pointer in rhythm. They never penetrated the three-point line on that possession. Yeah, I think I would go back to Grimes rather than Oubre here. And travel! Joel at the elbow. They want to post up George here against Hauser. Good deep position. Turns left shoulder. Not even close. Brown getting past Edgecombe. Slow step. Hauser moves it. White. Edgecombe on the close. White eludes him. Three is down. 1-point game again. Another classic Game 7 between the Sixers and the Celtics loading. It feels like 1981 in here right now. Everyone is exhausted. I would take a timeout here as Nurse with having an extra one. Maxey tries Hauser, gets past him. Help comes from Keita. Maxey foul as Maxey split three players. Let's see if this is a foul here. Yeah, got him with the left arm. So they're going to challenge this, and they are going to lose.
That is a horrendous challenge.
Absolutely horrible. It's already been ruled unsuccessful. Yes, so he already had signaled challenge, and Tyler Ford, the greatest literalist among NBA referees, is like, no, you challenged. So Maxey is on Hauser. They want to try to get Brown going at Maxey, who's defended him well in this series. Brown has been better. Tried to use the off arm, couldn't. Hits another one of these ridiculous fading jumpers with Maxey all over him. Another one of these like half drawing the foul, half jumpers.
He's 4 for 4 on those.
And he's also defending Joel Embiid on the other end. Jaylen Brown has had a massive bounce back, but now he's called for another foul. White guarded by Oubre. Stack to get Brown the ball against George. They want to involve Maxey. They try to pre-switch it. As they did that, White was open. Great pass. That was a really good job of finding them, trying to pre-switch that, but White couldn't cash out. Embiid going to post up here. They're not going with Brown on him anymore. Hauser coming over in the strong side zone. VJ is open weak side. Hauser is dancing. There's the pass to VJ. Didn't have enough steam on it. Late clock. Maxey on the go and catch. Cut off beautifully by White. Now he'll try to get past Keita. Gets in there. Basket interference. And now it's George on White. Joel takes away the Jaylen Brown cut. Now he's got it on the block. Jaylen Brown finding White off the flare screen. George got through it. White fires anyway. And Keita beats Joel, and he's going to get a loose ball foul. Brown is back on Embiid now. Keita is on Oubre. They've gone away from the zone. Embiid just going to back down. Brown grabbing him. Embiid went to the hook. He had Oubre baseline. That should have been a foul on Jaylen Brown. He was grabbing his jersey the whole time, but this might be like 1981 where they're just not going to call a foul the rest of the way. Pick and pop. Brown gets wide open. They miscommunicate, and Brown can't make it to give Boston the lead. Philly with no alacrity right now. Maxey, one of the best transition players in the league, didn't even think of attacking in transition. They're not even going to get into anything until 10. They're going to try to run pick and roll here with Oubre setting the screen. Corner, Joel, corner three. Off the heel. They helped off the strong side corner, and Embiid couldn't make him pay. Boston could take the lead again here. Philly is only 2 of 12. Here's another one of those ridiculous jumpers by Brown. He couldn't knock that one down, though. Boston has had their chances. Now they want to get George against Hauser. Run pick and roll with him. Maxey switched out to. Now they want to get George in the post. They actually prefer the White matchup to Hauser. George goes past him. Stopped by Brown. Brown came over for beautiful weak side help. 5-on-4. Kenny's open underneath. Brown doesn't see him. Instead, it's a corner three by Pritchard. Another miss by Boston. And another rebound by Philly that bounces around. Boston has had so many chances to take the lead. Maxey still just no alacrity whatsoever from Philly. Maxey going to get downhill here. Finishes against Keita.
Boston should push.
The screen with Oubre. They throw it ahead now. Hauser is beating everyone, but he can't control it. It's saved somehow. 3-point game. Everyone takes a breath, including me. They want to involve Maxey in the pick and roll here through Pritchard. They're just going to switch it. They miscommunicated last time. Brown has been so good this year. Shoves him off. He flopped out, didn't get the call. Maxey's on the ground, and that may have prevented Keita from getting the rebound.
And Maxey flopped into Joel Embiid's knee.
Yeah, it might be his ankle. And Embiid is saying, hey, you go set the screen. That worked last time. Maxey trying to get separation. Down to 8. Maxey, Oubre didn't pop. Maxey again, he's going to try to get past Keita, and he does for another layup. 5-point game. Boston going to bring it up. No timeout yet. Embiid is guarding now White on the switch. White going to try to get inside. Look to pass off. Embiid is still with him. White still on the ball. Now Hauser. Embiid challenges him. Hauser can't get it. Rebounded by Oubre. He took it away from Pritchard. And now Boston just has not been able to get the threes to fall. They've been stuck on 98. Down to 7. Maxey against Pritchard, who's digging in. Maxey, tough fading jumper is off. Joel can't get the rebound. Tried to save it off the referee in the corner. And Boston with 30.5 remaining. They should call a timeout here and try to set something up for the 2-for-1. They're not going to do it. Why not? They have to get a 3 here immediately. Brown is going to pull up over George. Banks it. Missed it. Out to White. He'll try a 3. That's off. Rebound Philly. And a foul. They're going to do it. They're going to win Game 7 in Boston. Joel Embiid on one leg by the end of the game. Shireman is the inbounder. They try to get Brown open weak side. Instead, Hauser going to his left. Another missed 3 in crunch time. The Boston Celtics were 0 for 9 from the field, 0 for 7 from 3. Their only 2 points were 2 free throws by Keita by virtue of a loose ball foul. All right, then. Well, we're going to have a pretty interesting podcast to record later. Thanks so much for joining us here. And we'll, of course, be doing these. No official live plans tomorrow. Keep your eye out, though. I might turn it on in the second half if either of those Game 7s are close. But, of course, we'll be doing clutch calls throughout the playoffs and as many live shows as my voice will be able to handle. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. This is a great Game 7.